the best music for your videos? Then you should check out Artlist. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you freedom.
So fresh, so new. Freedom. It's all for you. All for you.
And the license covers everything. Go to Artlist now and start creating.
Good evening, everybody. Just getting set up here, and we will start questions at 8 o'clock. Music choice on the thing here this week. Let's change that up here. Let's go back to where we're supposed to be here.
Searching for music for your next video? Then
No,
you need to
yeah,
check
we
out
are.
Artlist.
Oh, I already heard that one. All right. That's not bad. questions up here. Fix my chat here, so that should be up and going better than it did last week. All right, testing the chat out there. Testing the chat. Looks like it's not too bad. The delay's not too bad this week. Come on. This is old-fashioned. Let's fix that too. That ain't looking good. All right. There we go. Alright, good evening, everybody. How's everyone doing tonight? There's Miss Jenny. Hey, Dave. Hey, Debbie. We got some more coming in. I got people texting me saying, hey, I'm on my way. Well, better get here by 8. We're going to start at 8 o'clock, maybe 8:05. Give them a little time to come in. Hope everyone's got their pens and papers ready. Make sure you bring your pens and papers. We got 2 full games. A little easier this week, I think, than it was last week. Last week was pretty tough. So, we'll get started here very shortly. I'm going to go grab myself a beverage, grab my glasses, and we'll get this game going on. Be right back. Well, I guess we're going to play without glasses tonight. Don't have kids. They have their own YouTube channel. Use your glasses and then don't put them back where they're supposed to be. So, no glasses, but same old trivia. Thought I said Deb. Did I say Debbie? I'm sorry. I didn't realize who it was. I didn't recognize the last name right away, Deb. Sorry. Kicked Josh's butt again tonight. Good weather down in Florida. That's always good to hear. All right. Looks like we got a lot of people in here now. You guys ready to play? All right. Let's get this thing going tonight. Let's put on the chill 7 here. Let's take this off. Put that off, and let's get the grooving going here. Yo, J-Max is in the house. All right, let's get this thing rolling here with question number one. I'll give everyone a chance to go grab your pens and papers. If you didn't do it before, you're going to need it tonight for sure, especially for the visual round. Nothing too complex, but you're going to be able to need to write down your answers for that one. Make sure you remember everything in the first 10 questions is worth 1 point. Then we'll have a mystery round where everything is worth 2 points. So you have 4 questions that are worth 2 points. Then we'll have a final question worth 5 points. 5 points. I don't know what the total is. Let's see, 10, 18, 23 points total. We'll have 2 games. We'll have a good time. Let's get this thing going here. Everyone hear me? Is music all right? Somebody throw in chat if the music's too low or too high, or if it's just right. All right, Miss Jenny says it's good. That's good enough for me. Let's move it around here. All right, let's play. Here are your categories for the first 10 questions of game number 1. First one is slogans. Slogans. Then we move right into language. Language. Then we got scales. Question 4 will be about classic stars. Classic stars. Number 5 will be about mining. Mining. Question 6 will be about plants. Question 7 you see is in italics. Cheers. That's the show Cheers. The TV show Cheers will be the category. 8 is world history. 9 is book series. Probably where my friend Jess overcomes her husband Jim. Jim. She's the only one I know that reads a lot of books. And then number 10 is honors. Honors. So, let's go right ahead with question number 1. What financial services company known for credit cards has used a slogan that begins with the line, "There are some things that money can't buy"? Once again, what financial services company known for credit cards has used a slogan that begins with the line, "There are some things money cannot buy"? Also, if you're new here, please do not put any answers in the chat room. That's not fun for people at home. That's not fun for anybody. So write down your answers at home. Play against yourselves. Play against the people in your quarantine. Text your friends your score. Although, J-Max, I do love that answer. That is not the correct answer, because what financial service company known for credit cards has used a slogan that begins with the line, "There are some things money can't buy"? It is not Two Guys Who've Never Been in My Kitchen. It is MasterCard. MasterCard. I'm sure everyone got that one. Everyone's probably off to a hot start. Nice to get the first question under your belt. If you got that one right, give yourself 1 point. 1 point. What happened to the tunes here? Hold on. There we go. Had to go next one. There we go. Play all. There we go. There we go. All right. And again, you don't need to tell me if you got your point or not. Tell me your final scores at the end, just for fun here. We're going to move on to question number 2 now. Question number 2, similar to Francophone for French speakers and Lusophone for Portuguese speakers, what is the term for a person who speaks English? Hi, Mom. I hear Nate's playing too. Hi, Nate. Hi, Dad. And we're approaching our goal of 100 subscribers on YouTube. Once we get to 100 subscribers, we get that custom URL which I was going to love to be able to show people and be able to say, hey, go to YouTube Live/Raider Live instead of having all those consonants and numbers in it. So please, 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 if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to YouTube, my YouTube channel, and then share it with your friends so we can get over that 100 subscriber mark. We're close. We're in the 60s. We have such great shows on there. We have a boxing show. We have a quarantine show. All sorts of good things on there. So please check it out. Kelly says the beer run is complete. Nice. Give yourselves both a point for the first question. You would have got it. I guarantee it. I know it. But for this one, similar to Francophone for French speakers and Lusophone for Portuguese speakers, what is the term for a person who speaks English? And that answer is Anglophone. English. Do you speak it? Anglophone. I didn't know that one. That's the first one I got wrong, obviously, when I did it. But that's one of the few I got wrong. So, as I said, it's a little easier tonight, but that one was a little hard. If you got it right, congratulations. Give yourself a point. Question number 3, the Rankine scale. Pardon me, the Rankine scale. Rankine, that's how you pronounce it. Rankine scale, which was first proposed in 1859, is used to measure what variable? Rankine scale. Like all the people in the chat room here, this is great. This is a good time tonight. Let's go question number 3. The Rankine scale, which was first proposed in 1859, is used to measure what variable? That variable is temperature. Temperature. They use it for measuring absolute zero. If you got that one right, give yourself 1 point. Moving on to classic stars. 2 of the top 3 actresses on the American Film Institute's 1999 list of the greatest stars in American film history shared what last name? Last name. All right, you got your answer written down here. 2 of the top 3 actresses on the American Film Institute's 1999 list of the greatest stars in American film history shared what last name? That last name is Hepburn. Audrey and Catherine Hepburn. Hepburn. I'm sure you got that if you thought about it a little bit. It gets a little easier from here, J-Max. You get a little harder in the middle. I have a feeling David's got a really high score, though, right now. Let's move on to question number 5. In plants... Oh, I'm pardon me. This is in mining. Mining. Which U.S. state produces most of the iron ore mined in the U.S. annually? Plants is in question number 6. My bad. All right. Question number 5. Which U.S. state produces most of the iron ore mined in the United States annually? You had a 150 shot if you didn't know it. But if you live here, you pretty much should know it. It's Minnesota, the Iron Range of Minnesota. Minnesota. Wow, I can't even say my own state's name. Minnesota. I'm sure most of you got that right. Give it 1 point if you did. Moving on to number 6, which is in plants. Deriving its name from the Greek words for green and leaf, what green pigment in plants converts sunlight into energy for photosynthesis? All right, one more time. In plants, deriving its name from the Greek words for green and leaf, what Greek pigment in plants converts sunlight into energy for photosynthesis? And the answer is chlorophyll. Chlorophyll, more like borophyll. You know what I'm saying? J-Max got it. Moving on to question number 7. In Cheers, which of the following characters on Cheers joined the show after the first season? After the first season. Was it A, Diane, B, Carla, C, Norm, or D, Woody? Which character joined after the first season? One of my favorite shows. I believe it's on Netflix right now. I can't remember what streaming service I was watching it on, catching it up. I think it was Netflix. Fantastic show, way before its time. All right, question number 7. Which of the following characters on Cheers joined the show after the first season? After the first season. Was it Diane, Carla, Norm, or Woody? 3 of those were in there from the start. 1 joined later, and the one that joined later was Woody. Woody took over for Coach after Coach left the show. I believe he passed away when he left the show. It's too bad. But Woody joined the show, I believe, in season 3. Season 3. So Woody is the answer. Oh, he joined in season 4, actually. Pardon me, season 4 is when Woody joined. All right, let's move on to question number 8. The Gang of Four was a political faction in the ruling party of what country? After the death of that country's leader, they were arrested and charged with treason. The Gang of Four. Torsten, welcome in. How you doing, buddy? I did mention that when you're on your beer run, they're Cynical Savior, but this is Chill 7. You can find them on iTunes. They are a Minneapolis band, providing the smooth tunes behind me every week. And I thank them for that. I'm doing peachy as well, just peachy. Took a long nap today. What else is there to do? Except trivia on every Saturday night. So question number 8, the Gang of Four was a political faction in the ruling party of what country? After the death of the country's leader, they were arrested and charged with treason. That country was China. China. Let's move down my question set here. All right, we're going to move down to question 9 in book series. What series of mystery books was written by ghostwriters under the name Franklin W. Dixon beginning in 1927? Again, what series of mystery books was written by ghostwriters under the name Franklin W. Dixon beginning in 1927? So you guys know I'm usually drinking craft beer, but had a little delay on my payments here, so I had to go with the... Well, no, this was actually... I got the summer shandy because I was missing the old time of summer when we used to sit outside or on campfires. It made me think of the good times. I forgot I do have some Coors Light, though, too, that I use for the beer batter because I don't really care for it too much. I can put the expensive beer into the beer batter. All right, question number 9. What series of mystery books was written by ghostwriters under the name Franklin W. Dixon beginning in 1927? Said a mystery book should have got you on the right path. Hopefully it did, because the answer is The Hardy Boys, who have such a raging clue right now. They should probably follow it. Do you have a clue? Oh, I have such a clue right now. I have a clue too. All right, let's move on to question number 10. The highest and most prestigious award in the British honor system is a cross named for what queen who introduced the award in 1856 during the Crimean War? Ooh, I love me some Bauhaus. Sounds like something I gotta do Tuesday when my masks and my payment come in. Maybe the beer fairy will could run down there and pick up some new glasses too. Remember, please do not put any answers in the chat. Don't ruin it for everybody else. Once again, the highest and most prestigious award in the British honor system is a cross named for what queen who introduced the award in 1856 during the Crimean War? Well, to be fair, Rich was wrong. He was right about the name of the award, but the answer is Queen Victoria. You needed Queen Victoria, not Victoria Cross. All right, so that's the first 10 questions. Those are all worth 1 point apiece. How'd you do? Because we're going to move into the mystery round right now. And the mystery round's category this week is streaming television. Streaming television. Now remember, I'm going to give you 4 questions here. They're each worth 2 points apiece. So I'm going to give you the title of an Emmy-nominated TV series. You identify the streaming service on which it aired or airs. And keep in mind, none of the 4 answers are the same. Okay, so I'm not going to use the same streaming service twice in 2 different answers. Well, it's wrong first off because you're an employee. Second off, you're not supposed to put it in the chat. And third off, it was what queen, not the name of the award. So you need Queen Victoria. But mistakes will happen. He won't do it again. I guarantee it. I hope. Alright, so the mystery round streaming TV. I'm going to give you a net title of an Emmy-nominated TV series. You must identify the streaming service on which it aired or airs, and none of the answers are the same. So the first question, first TV series, Queer Eye. Which streaming series, or which streaming place does Queer Eye play on? It's supposed to say streaming service up there. Streaming service, not series. That doesn't make any sense. All right, the second one is 11/22/63. That's the name of the show. You tell me what streaming service that show is on. And I go through them kind of quick here because I'm going to put them all up at the end here. You're going to see them again. If you missed one or you want to think about it a little bit, that's fine. The third one is Carpool Karaoke, the series. Tell me what streaming service that show is on. And then the last one is Transparent. Tell me which streaming service is Transparent on. They're all Emmy-nominated TV series. They're all up there for you to take a peek at. 1, 2, 3, and 4. They're each worth 2 points. You need to tell me what streaming service they're on. None of the answers will be the same. So I'll give you a few minutes to figure that one out. Man, if you want to lick his car door handle, I mean, more power to you, buddy. Sounds like someone I'd pay someone to do that for. If you pay somebody to lick the car door handle of someone else, is that considered a hit? I don't know. Alright, everyone should have got all of these since we can't do anything besides play trivia and watch TV shows on our streaming services. So, let's go into them. Remember, these are all each worth 2 points apiece. Wow. Summer Shandy kicking in there. They're all worth 2 points apiece. So the first one, Queer Eye. Well, now the answers. All right, the first one, Queer Eye, is on Netflix. 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 Yeah, but Dave, you have the internet, so I mean, you can do that from you can get any streaming service via the internet. And I know you have the internet, because this ain't no magic box that we're talking through. All right, the second show of 11/22/63 is on Hulu. Hulu. The third one, Carpool Karaoke, the series, is on Apple TV. Apple TV. Sounds just like an awful, awful show. Like, I'd have to be really wasted. I have to be wasted at the bar to enjoy karaoke, unless it's myself. And watching it on TV just seems like awful, awful. All right, and the fourth one, Transparent. That's on Amazon Video. Amazon Video. Remember, each of those four are worth 2 points apiece. Give yourself the appropriate points, because we're going to go into the final question, which is worth 5 points. 5 points for the final question of game number 1. Remember, we'll have a second game. If you lost the first game, you can make a double or nothing bet with whoever you're playing against. The final question will be in U.S. populations. U.S. populations. Paul McCartney was on Carpool Karaoke? When I Rikered all over the bar. That's a great adjective. I just don't know what it means. But if it means something awesome, then I'm going to be using that adjective from here on out. All right, the final question in U.S. populations. Here's the question. Of the 10 most populous U.S. cities according to 2018 estimates, name one of the two that have grown the most since the 2010 census. One has grown nearly 15.5%, and the other has grown nearly 15%. And if you can spot that typo, congratulations, that means you are not drunk enough. Oh, yes, I did do that. I did step over a chair and spill the drinks. I didn't Riker it, because if I Rikered it, I would have pulled it off. There was a Foo Fighters episode of Carpool. Is it like bands singing in these cars? Or I was just picturing it was like drunk taxi people going around singing songs. Is it actually like real musicians singing? For those of you who don't know, Zach L. there was at my birthday. And we rocked the world when we got up there and we sang, what did we sing? We sang Aerosmith and Run DMC's Walk This Way. And we also sang Return of the Z, Sexual Z. For those that don't know him well enough, you should. Well, I hope you got that one right then, Dave. All right, have you guys thought of your cities yet for the final question here? Of the 10 most populous U.S. cities according to the 2018 estimates, name one of the two that have grown the most since the 2010 census. One has grown nearly 15.5%, and the other has grown nearly 15%. Answers should be in. And if you think about this one a little bit, populations usually grow where it's warm. Not Minnesota. So, we're going to have the answers here. You guys ready for the answers? Answer number 1 is Phoenix, Arizona. Phoenix, Arizona. That was one of them. Remember, you only needed one. One of the two. But if you didn't have Phoenix, you better have had this one. And the second one was San Antonio, Texas is the second one. Those are the two. You only needed one. That was worth 5 points if you got it right. Hope you got it right. We're going to call game 1 in the books. Whoa, I don't know why that happens every time. But game 2, those are going to be the categories of game 2. We're going to take a quick 2-3 minute bathroom break. If you want to go run to the bathroom, grab a beer, talk to your spouse, and then make a new bet, double or nothing bet. Talk to your friends, text your friends, tell them hey, I should have got that one right, but we need to raise the stakes in game number 2. Or if you won and you just want to gloat a little bit, you can do that. 12 points. That's not a bad round. Well, it is if you count the mystery round. 11 points. Did you count the one I gave you for question number 1? I'm sure you would have got it. I think everyone got that one. It's kind of a gimme. I know you guys came in late. J Max coming in with a 13-pointer. Not bad. Current leader in the clubhouse. I'd be curious to see how Sexual Z did on that one. Speaking of Rikering, I don't know if you guys saw this, but if you want to watch Star Trek Picard, it is free right now. You can watch all 10 episodes, and I highly recommend it. Fantastic show. I went back and I binged all 10 episodes a second time through, just so I can kind of keep with the story going forward. Fantastic. The only thing I recommend is at the end of every episode, they show a preview of the next episode. I would suggest skipping that, because for some reason they want to put the surprises of the next episode into those credits, which never made any sense to me. Don't know why they do that. Alright, we're going to get started in about 2 minutes here. Grab your beer, grab your bathroom break. Wow. Bathroom break. Grab your beer. Finish up your bets. And we'll be back in 1 minute. Alright. To quote the great Archie Bunker, you can never buy beer, you can only rent it. I hope she does all the bills and taxes there, I'll just say that. Alright, I hope everyone's almost done with their smoke breaks. We'll start the questions here in about a minute and a half or so, but we'll go over the categories. For game number 2, first 10 questions, all again are worth 1 point apiece. First game means nothing now. Can't add your scores together. So, it's a brand new game. And that's the way you guys want to play it at home. You guys want to do that? That's your choice. I ain't going to tell you how to do it. I ain't going to come to your house and tell you how to do it. So, whatever bets you guys want to make with each other, I'm all for. So the categories of game number 2. First one is fictional planets. Fictional planets. Then we're going to move on to TV networks. Major League Baseball teams. Alcohol. Alcohol. 5. Money. Something none of us have. So it can't be a problem, right? Number 6 would be film rolls. Film rolls. Number 7 is cities. Cities. Category number 8 will be in magazines. Magazines. Category number 9 is food. Oh no, he didn't have the highest score, huh? Did you beat him, Miss Jenny? The 10th will be in gambling. I want to know the scores of that game. Miss Jenny versus Buddha. Did you get them this week? Don't see it yet. All right. Well, Miss Jenny, let me know who won game number 1 between you and Buddha. I'll believe you. All right, let's get game number 2 going. You tied. Oh, no, that means you got to go triple or nothing on this game. Triple or nothing for the big game. Let's start with question number 1. In fictional planets before coming to Earth, what planet was the home of the Autobots and Decepticons in the Transformers franchise? Here's where you get off to a hot start, Buddha. I also think Ryan Height might get a head start on Kelly in this second game. It's kind of a guy question. I wonder if James knows this. James, I hope you get off to a hot start with this one here, too. If you're a kid of the 80s, you had to know this one. Remember renting that, the Transformers movie? Optimus Prime dies. First cartoon character I think I ever saw die. Alright, question number 1. Before coming to Earth, what planet was the home of the Autobots and Decepticons in the Transformers franchise? Their home planet was called Cybertron. That was their home planet. They had a big war between the two, and then they spilled out into the universe and fought on Earth. Cybertron. They were always trying to make a new Cybertron. Decepticons want to make Earth into a new Cybertron. But Cybertron was the name of the first planet that they had. Jess, did you win game 1? Let me know. Well, spoilers from 1988. I apologize. I think the time has passed. All right, and 2 in TV networks. Launched in 1982, the TV channel HSN was previously known by what full name? It's okay, Kelly. He comes back. He has to come back so he can hang out with, what's that kid from Even Stevens that tells you to work out? Shia LaBeouf. You know, they aren't going to leave him dead when you have a career in front of you of hanging with Shia LaBeouf. Alright, once again, launched in 1982, the TV channel HSN was previously known by what full name? See if you can put that one together. HSN. If you haven't been able to put it together, your time is up, because HSN was known as the Home Shopping Network, otherwise known as Cartman's Old People Shopping Network, where you could buy all sorts of beautiful, beautiful jewelry that you give to your kids and they just pawn it off. The Home Shopping Network is HSN. Let's go on to question number 3. In MLB teams, I'm sure David's going to nail this one. Name 2 of the 4 MLB teams that won the World Series at least 2 times, 2, in the 1970s. 4 MLB teams won at least 2 World Series in the 70s. You got to give me 2 of those teams. Unicron, was that the one that was voiced by Leonard Nimoy? Or was that Galvatron that was voiced by Leonard Nimoy? And where he didn't realize he was doing it? No, I think he realized it was, there was another famous actor. Was it Orson Welles did Unicron, and he didn't know what he was doing? He just came in for a paycheck, read some lines. I believe that's how it went. Put it in the chat room. I'm sure you know, Cynical, which one he played. I remember that story. It was a good story. Orson Welles comes in and he goes, you don't even know what the hell he's reading. Nimoy was Galvatron. Alright, so Unicron was probably Orson Welles then. Alright, question number 3 in MLB teams. Name 2 of the 4 MLB teams, that's baseball, for those that don't know MLB, that won in the World Series, that's their best end of the game championship, at least 2 times in the 1970s. If you don't know what the World Series is, well, welcome to America. 2 of the 4 teams. The 4 teams were the Pittsburgh Pirates, the Oakland Athletics, the Cincinnati Reds, and the New York Yankees. You only needed two of those teams. I'm sure everyone just put Yankees because, you know, they've won about 10,000 of them. But if you got the other one, give yourself a point. You had to get both of them for 1 point. All right, we're going to move on to alcohol. Alcohol, something we should all know well now. Which of the following blends of Johnny Walker's Scotch whiskey is the most expensive with bottles sold in a silk-lined box? Is it A, red label, B, black label, C, blue label, or D, green label? Which label of Johnny Walker Scotch whiskey is the most expensive and they're sold in a silk-lined box? I'm sure my dad knows this one. Dad, you're watching, I hope you at least get this one right. Josh got a sports ball question right? Unbelievable. He must have just named 2 teams that he knows. I'm shocked he didn't put the Twins in there. My buddy Josh, he is not very good on the sports front. Very impressive that you got that one right. I almost give you double points for that, Josh, but you're playing against Deb, so she makes the rules apparently over there. Well, Dave, I haven't touched a drop of Johnny Walker Scotch, I don't think ever, but I do know the answer to this question. Exactly, who's the Twins? So the question is, which of the following blends of Johnny Walker Scotch whiskey is the most expensive, with bottles sold in a silk-lined box? A, red label, B, black label, C, blue label, or D, green label? Multiple choice if you didn't know it. The answer is blue label. Blue label is the most expensive in a silk-lined box. I think you're probably just paying for the box. No alcohol since 1985. Hey, that's quite the accomplishment. Congratulations there, Dave. I cannot make it that far. I would not be able to make it a week, especially on quarantine, but that is quite the achievement. Congratulations, brother. Moving on to question number 5. What is the lowest denomination of U.S. paper currency that does not include a portrait of a U.S. president? The lowest of paper currency that does not include a portrait of a U.S. president. No looking in your wallets. Not like anyone carries cash anymore anyway. Actually, one of the few people I know that carries cash is my buddy James. So, Jess, do not let him go to his wallet. All right, question number 5 is, what is the lowest denomination of U.S. paper currency that does not include a portrait of a U.S. president? Well, the $1 bill obviously does. That's George Washington. The $5 bill has Abraham Lincoln. But the $10 bill has Alexander Hamilton, and he was not a U.S. president. So, I hope you wrote down the $10 bill, because that would be the correct answer. If you did, give yourself 1 point. Moving on to question number 6, again number 2. In the 1990s, what actor played real-life people Jim Morrison, Doc Holliday, and John Henry Patterson in feature films? Guarantee my buddy Bobby would have known this one. Yes, and the $2 bill has Jefferson. That is correct. So I assume you got that one right then, Dave. Little Jimmy Walker drop. Dynamite! Alright, once again, in the 1990s, what actor played real-life people Jim Morrison, Doc Holliday, and John Henry Patterson in feature films? You guys know this one? As I said, my buddy Bobby would have known this one. Guaranteed. Big fan. I used to give him crap about it all the time. Shout out to Bobby for sure. He was one of the best trivia minds I ever knew. And he would have told you that this one is obviously Val Kilmer. Val Kilmer. And those are the three roles that he has right there. He was also Batman, which he goes around. If you've ever seen the show Life's Too Short, I would check that out when he meets Val Kilmer and they go around. And Val Kilmer's thing is where he goes to people in restaurants wearing a Batman mask, asking them, do you know who he is? And no one knows who Val Kilmer is. The only one you got right? That's not good, Miss Jenny. All right, question number 7 in the category of cities. Founded in 332 BC by a Macedonian king, what is the second most populous city in Egypt? The second most populous city in Egypt. I think I pronounced that right. Macedonian? Macedonian? I think it's Macedonian. But we don't have phone a friend there, J-Max. You cannot use the lifeline, but I have a feeling that knowing Tamer as I do, he may get the question wrong and then call BS on it. But, nah, he'd get it right. Our buddy Tamer was from Egypt. Or is from Egypt. But you're only cheating yourself, so go ahead and phone a friend if you want. All right, well, your phone a friend is done because question number 7's answer is coming your way. Founded in 332 BC by a Macedonian king, what is the second most populous city in Egypt? If you said Cairo, you're wrong, because it's Alexandria, the pearl of the Mediterranean. Alexandria is the answer. Alexandria. No one's going to change your mind, Zach, because you're correct. Moving on to question number 8. What weekly magazine's first issue was released in 1974 and featured Mia Farrow, dressed as Daisy Buchanan from the film The Great Gatsby? I'll also give you a hint. This magazine is still in circulation. It's still active. It's not much of a hint, but if you're trying to think, oh, maybe that one that went out. No, this is still in business as far as I know. And my mom should actually be able to get this one because I believe my mom used to have this magazine. I feel like I saw this magazine around a lot as a kid. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Maybe it just came in the mail with packets of Tide and I didn't know it. By the way, Miss Jenny, you need to make your return to the Xbox ring with Call of Duty. I played that the other night. That was a lot of fun. They have squads, 3-man squads. Yeah, you'd love it. So you need to make a return. And we need to make a squad up again. We'll take interviews and auditions for whoever wants to be the third member of the squad that me and Miss Jenny start up in Call of Duty. But right now, we're going to go to question number 8. What weekly magazine's first issue was released in 1974 and featured Mia Farrow dressed as Daisy Buchanan from the film The Great Gatsby? And that answer is People Magazine. People Magazine is the answer. Slappers only. I like to call the old hot foot, Miss Jenny. You know what that means, the hot foot. Or the hot sock, as Miss Jenny used to call it, the hot sock. All right, let's move on to question number 9. What food made from boiled cornmeal or hominy is often served as a savory breakfast dish or with shrimp as a dinner entree? Odd Job. That was a... Whenever you played GoldenEye as a kid on N64 and you saw somebody select Odd Job, either they were really bad or they were the cheap ones that knew proximity mines. They would put the proximity mines right on all the spawn points, so if you got killed once, you were killed 10 times in a row. I actually read somewhere too, I don't remember where I read it, that the reason they made a Odd Job clone in the Austin Powers movies wasn't because of how popular it was in James Bond, it was because of how popular it was in that game. Because most kids, I guess, that watch Austin Powers didn't watch a lot of Bond films and knew who Odd Job was, but they knew it from the video game. So that was the henchman they made. Alright, question number 9. What food made from boiled cornmeal and or hominy is often served as a savory breakfast dish or with shrimp as a dinner entree? Pop, I hope you got this one right because it's big in the South. You can't find it up here in the North very much. As my cousin Vinny will tell you, it's grits. And what is a grit anyway? What is a grit? Are these magic grits? Maybe the laws of physics cease to exist on your stove. It was grits. Alright, moving on to question number 10. I never know if these jokes are landing. Not playing to an audience, I'm playing to my computer screen. Chances are they're not. Thanks, Buddha. Alright. Last one's in gambling. According to the Nevada Gaming Control Board, what is, by far, the most popular casino game in the state after slots, based on the number of tables? Well, J-Max, I still have a couch for you anytime you want to come by. Of course, after the quarantine. Until then, you can have a tent in the backyard. I know I got a lot of casino friends in here. A lot of people that used to go to the casinos. No, it's not the same couch. I don't know what happened to that couch, actually. But, no, it's not the same couch. I think I got rid of it. I think I just threw it out. But anyway. Question number 10. I know I have a lot of gambling friends. Either in the business, or use the business, or play at the business. So you should be able to get this one, because according to the Nevada Gaming Control Board, what is, by far, the most popular casino game in the state after slots, based on the number of tables? Now, you could have 2 or 3 things you could say about this. You could say blackjack, you could say poker, you could say craps, you could say roulette, I guess. But there's not a lot of them tables. Because if you look around, by far, it's blackjack. Blackjack is definitely the most popular outside of slots. Blackjack. So, if you got that one right, give yourself a point. That's the final question of the 1-point round of game number 2. Now we're going to move into a visual mystery round for game number 2. Visual. I tried to make these logos as big as I can. They are a little tough to read a little bit. Now, I need you to write down in your sheets 1, 2, 3, and 4. Because the mystery category is called Have a Coke. Not the ones that you put in your nose, but the one that poisons you the other way. So, I'm going to give you 4 Coca-Cola product logos, and in order, you place according to when they were first used, beginning with the earliest. So, I'm going to give you A, B, C, and D. On your 1, 2, 3, and 4, the earliest one is where you put that logo at the top, as A, B, C, or D, and then all the way down to the newest one. So 1 is the earliest, 4 is the latest. Here are your 4 Coke logos. And again, I want them from earliest to latest. Those are the 4. I hope you could see them all right. I'm kind of look on the screen here, see if you can see them as it pops up. I didn't know they had topless blackjack at the D. I missed out. I just played that quarter horse racing game the entire time. It looks like it shows up on the screen all right for the Coke logos. So A, B, C, and D. And number 1, you want to give me the one that is the earliest logo. And number 2, you want to give me the next earliest logo. 3, next earliest logo after that, and then 4, the most recent logo, using by letter. And I'll give you a few minutes on that one. Kind of study it over. Looks like you can see it all right. Can everyone see it all right? On my screen, it looks pretty big, but I can never tell. Once again, this is where I'm going to, since you guys are studying those and trying to figure it out, so I'm going to pimp my channel out and say that we are close to 100 subscribers. At 100 subscribers, I get awarded with a custom URL, which means instead of having to send a link of a bunch of letters and numbers to somebody for my page, I can just say it's youtube.com/RaiderLive. So please, 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 if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. And if you know people that are on YouTube, just have them subscribe. They don't even have to watch the show. Just as long as they subscribe. Let's get us over 100. Once we're over 100, then we really start growing, because then we start hitting playlists and stuff like that. We become legit in YouTube's eyes. So last I checked, we're in the 60s. Please sign on if you're playing for free. Well, everyone's playing for free, but if you're playing as a guest on YouTube, start an account. Takes it 5 minutes. And then sign in, subscribe. Search Raider Live on YouTube and subscribe. Because it's me. I'm poor. And I'm bored. And we're having fun. So, for me, please do that. Alright. That's enough time here. You guys got the logos. So, from earliest to latest. 1, 2, 3, and 4 in the number 1 spot. You have to have the earliest. Oh, by the way, give a shout out to Pop Rocks Live. They do have their custom URL, but they're moving way up. So you need to search youtube.com/poprockslive, and please subscribe to them. Ryan Hype, he's on a show on my channel called Staying Home in Minnesota. Check that show out. I think you'd really like it. I also have a boxing show with Filthy Rich. We call Bruising Boxing. Very good reviews on that show. So please just check it out. And check out Pop Rocks Live. When the quarantine's finally over, you're going to need to go see a band. And the first band you got to go see is Pop Rocks, because they are amazing. And say hi to Ryan Hype. Tell him Raider sent you. He's the one that's going to be dressed like Marilyn Manson and Garth Brooks and, well, who else is there? That's all you need right there. All right, let's go. The mystery round questions. Which one was the earliest? Well, in your 1 spot, you should have had the letter A, because that one was from 1947. 1947. In your 2 spot, you should have had C, because that was made in 1969. 69. In your 3 spot, you should have had D, because that's from 1982. Sadly, that's the one I remember the most. My mom growing up drank Diet Coke. My aunt drank Diet Coke. My grandmother drank Diet Coke. Everybody drank Diet Coke back in the 80s. It was kind of the thing to do. It tasted like flat Coke to me. It was just awful. But I remember that logo. What happened to the tunes here? Hold on. Can we go through the whole? No, we didn't. There we go. Sorry, sometimes it does that. All right, and then the 4th one obviously would be B from 2016. So I hope you got that right. If you got them right, each one is worth 2 points. 2 points. And then we're going to go into the final round of game number 2, which is worth 5 points. 5 whole points. If you're behind, turn and say, hey, let's go triple or nothing. But the final question category is recent albums. So Ryan Hype, Cinco Savior might get this one, might have an advantage on this one on you, Kelly. I don't know. Recent albums is our final question of game number 2. And the question is, in February 2019, what group reached number 1 on the Billboard 200 albums chart for the 3rd time overall, but the first time in more than 18 years? Once again, final question. In February 2019, what group reached number 1 on the Billboard 200 albums chart for the 3rd time overall, but the first time in more than 18 years? I want to thank everyone for showing up again tonight. I always have a great time. It's good to see a lot of you guys virtually. It's fun that I got this chat room working now, that I can actually see a lot of you guys talking instead of so I can have some feedback back at it. Please tell your friends. Let's get over 100 subscribers. Make me feel like I accomplished something here. And if worst comes to worst, if we don't get there, at least we had a good time hanging with each other during this quarantine that may last forever. You never know. I feel like it's going to be Mad Max out there soon. Also, in the comments, leave below what your final score was. Be curious to see what your final score was. I felt like this week was a little easier. Maybe not. Tell me if it was. What if it wasn't? Tell me, should we get easier? Should we get harder? Not going to matter. I have all the questions already printed out for the next 6 weeks. But let me know anyway. And let me know what you guys... I also want to know what you guys are betting between each other in quarantine here. I mean, it is a family show, so don't go that route. But, you know, tell me how many people that you're playing against. Tell me your friends, what the high scores were. All that stuff. Let me know down in the comments below. Tell your friends. Share it around. All right. Let's get to the final answer of game number 2. Worth 5 points. In February 2019, what group reached number 1 on the Billboard 200 albums chart for the 3rd time overall, but the first time in more than 18 years? Now you got to think of a band that recently came back or has been around forever. Buddha, I'm going to be very upset if you didn't get this one right. And Miss Jenny, I'm actually going to be upset at you if you didn't get this one right. Because the answer is... The Backstreet Boys. The Backstreet Boys. I believe that was your wedding song, I believe. So you guys should have got that one right. I hope everyone else got it right, too. The Backstreet Boys. Again, let me know what your points were. Put it down below. And I appreciate you guys all showing up. I like the text messages I get throughout the week telling me how good a job this was or how much fun you had or telling me, you know, what can be improved on. Probably not going to listen to it, but it's nice to hear anyway. Oh, Josh is finally on the board with winning a game. J-Max with 9. Ooh, that hurts. That hurts. Congratulations, Josh. WrestleMania is tonight. Next week, I'm going to have at least 1 or 2 wrestling questions. And if you like wrestling, check out our boxing podcast, Bruising Boxing Episode 2. We do talk for about 15 minutes about Chris Jericho, Lionheart Chris Jericho. So if you like wrestling, we talk a little bit about that. 13 points, oh man. That's a little rough there, Dave. Hot start, bad finish. Call that the old hot foot or the hot sock. Anyway, thank you all again for joining me. Had a great time, as I always do. I hope you did too. If you didn't, well, still come back anyway. I miss you all. Love you all. Please stay safe. Please stay healthy. Share this with your friends that I don't know. And let's all have a good time next week. We're going to have a couple shows coming out this week. Of course, Bruising Boxing Episode 3 will release on Thursday. Staying Home in Minnesota should come out probably Monday or Tuesday, maybe even tomorrow. I'm not sure. Got to talk to Ryan about that. And then I got another project that I'm working on for the channel, so please check it out. Subscribe, hit the bell, so you know when I release new videos. This is going to be every Saturday at 8 p.m. Central. Tell your friends. Tell your former coworkers. Tell your family. Tell your enemies. Tell them all. I hope you had a great time. Love y'all. And I'll see you next week.